Good morning. It's Monday, June 5th, and it's Politics with Pierre. So today we're going to continue talking about consumer debt in America, right? Because it's a huge thing and it's not going away anytime soon. So last time we talked about some of the contributing factors. We talked about healthcare costs, right? We know that there's a cost for ambulatory services, for specialists, out-of-network providers. Last time we talked about the impact of student loan debt and we talked about rising rents. So today we're going to talk about credit card debt and we're going to specifically talk about mortgage debt, right? So credit card debt is a huge issue that most Americans are facing and we're at an all-time high, right? So the media and people of a certain political ideology would like you to believe that credit card debt is due to reckless spending, it's due to taking vacation. On the contrary, the vast majority of Americans are paying for basic necessities with credit card. That means gas, that means food, that means tuition, right? They're using their credit card to combat inflation and the high prices, right? So the Federal Reserve Bank of New York has reported that credit card debt is now over $900 billion. Right? For people who are taking out a new credit card, they're dealing with interest rates of over 20%. And most Americans are not able to pay off their credit card balance at the end of the month, and it's carrying over into the next month. So what are some of the things that government can do to support us? Well, we have to go back to the conversation of the social infrastructure plan and subsidizing specific areas of our economy. That means subsidizing childcare, bringing back the monthly childcare tax credit that we talked about last time, the monthly payments, subsidizing home health aides, subsidizing Pell Grants, and subsidizing the cost of medical insurance, right? So also the government can create grants to build more housing and increase the housing supply, and also do its job in terms of expanding rent-controlled apartments, right? So now let's take a look at mortgage debt, right? The honest truth is most Americans cannot afford to buy their home outright and they rely on mortgages, right? The problem is most Americans don't even have 20% to put down for a down payment, which means that they're dealing with more fees and they're dealing with bigger interest rates, right? So this is a major problem specifically for first generation home buyers, right? And so to make matters worse, lending institutions don't like to give out smaller loans. They like to give out larger loans so that they can make profits and they can make money off of the interest and off of fees, right? So how can the government assist, right? Again, strengthening our down payment assistance program on both the state and city level. For information on those programs, you can visit Homes and Community Renewal's website. I'll drop the link in the chat. And housing preservation development, right? The government can provide more financial counseling services and more home buyer services, right? So the Federal Reserve Bank of New York has said that the mortgage debt is up to $12 trillion. That is a crazy number. So we have to deal with systemic barriers to buying homes, to racial barriers. We have to move towards assessing we have to move towards finding new ways to make people qualify for mortgages, right? New ways to assess income, new ways to assess credit, right? So please drop a comment. Please ask a question. Let me know what you're thinking as it relates to debt.